Every hour the sun's energy falls on the planet is equal to the amount of energy used by the entire human population in 1 year. The energy from the sun is in limitless supply. Unlike oil or gas, solar power is a reliable source of energy whose prices never fluctuate. Solar energy is free. How does it work? Solar electricity is generated using photovoltaic cell technology that has been optimized over years of research. Simply put, the greater the intensity of the sun, the greater the current of electricity. Solar panels collect sunlight and turn it into direct current or DC electricity. Even on cloudy days, your panels will absorb sunlight. The system's inverter then turns this DC electricity into the same electric current that comes from your traditional utility lines. Your solar electric system is connected directly to your utility power supply so that the excess power from your solar panels will be fed back to your local utility company. Solar energy. Our planet needs it. Your future needs it.
You know, Jordan, I've been thinking, maybe this whole solar panel thing isn't perfect after all. Have you ever considered like what materials go into making them, or maybe like what the manufacturing process is? I mean, is there any waste involved in that, or what about all these incentives? How come everybody isn't installing them, even though they say all these incentives are so great? I'm not convinced now that it's perfect. And Jordan, solar panels need sun. They can't have any shade. So if we're going to build these huge utility scale plants, we're going to have to cut down so much of the forest. I don't think I'm okay with that.
Hello, how are you? I'm here to talk to you today about solar panels and the terrible components that come with them. Like such, batteries, which have contained several terrible chemicals that end up in the landfills that we just so easily dispose of all of our trash with. All these bad chemicals inside start just pouring out. Mercury and lead. And it just seeps into the water system, and then it gets into the roots of the plants and vegetables and seeds, and we start consuming and feeding these to our children and grandchildren, and eventually it'll just make all of your children dumber. Silly energy boxes, and we use it for maybe 5 to 12, 10 years, maybe 7, who knows. And only you can dispose of batteries properly.
So during the manufacturing process, there are many materials, hazardous materials, that get wasted and put into the groundwater, such as lead and nitric acid and sodium peroxide. And it's really bad when they get put into the environment. I mean, you don't want that to happen, right?
So during the manufacturing process, they use a lot of silica to make all the solar panels, but they waste just as much as they produce. Look at all that wasted silica. So during the manufacturing process, they use a ton of water to make these solar panels. And then once they're built, they have to wash them all the time or else they lose their efficiency. Look at all that wasted water. Even though the cost of solar has gone down in recent years, the initial cost for a residential or a business to install a system on their roof is still quite expensive. Tax incentives and rebates and other programs are the only thing allowing the solar market to grow. There's a specific type of program called a power purchasing agreement where a company will come into your roof and install a system for free, and then you will provide them the money to pay for the system over 20 years. The issue is they reap those 30% federal tax incentives that you could have invested in if you got the system yourself. So the federal government is coming in and burning through cash and providing money for all these people who already have the money. And so the issue here is that people who really could benefit from a system can't actually incorporate those tax incentives into their success. So with all these state and federal tax incentives, you have to make enough money to even qualify for them. And companies like this are the ones that are adopting the most solar. They're not adopting solar to go energy or to go green, but simply just for tax reasons. So when all these incentives run out in 2017, The only people that have adopted it are these big corporations.
If you like woodland critters, if you like little meerkats, wolverines, squirrels, other such creatures, you know, then you won't support solar, because solar requires areas with not a lot of shade. See all this beautiful shade, this here tree, you know, you got this here tree, and you know, all of this is going to be gone. When you got solar, solar comes in, it takes all this away. You ain't got the leaves, you ain't got the dirt, you ain't got nothing. Yeah, down with solar.
Hi, I'm Will Crow, and today I'm going to talk to you about how different philosophers view solar technology and appropriate technology. Aaron Ness, an ecological philosopher, says that solar panels are a form of shallow ecology, a techno-fix rather than a paradigm shift. Carol Purcell says that solar panels coming from appropriate technology have not fit with the original directive of appropriate technology. For example, a solar panel is not appropriate tech based on the fact that it uses finite resources, requires manufacturing, and a high degree of knowledge and maintenance. Robert Gottlieb, in Reconstructing Environmentalism, suggests that conservative environmentalists are promoting technology and environmentalism as a means of strengthening the dominant paradigm of capitalism. We would agree in saying that conservative environmentalists are promoting solar panels to strengthen capitalism and promote solar panels as a market solution.
Do you know what's good about solar?
I know what's good about solar.
Yeah, they're low maintenance.
They're extremely quiet.
Carbon neutral when in use.
They're scalable. You can make them huge.
And they're beautiful.
They are beautiful. I feel the same way as that guy. So if we're going to continue on this sunny path and really go solar, we really need to consider a lot of other things before we write off this as the best technology. We need to consider the hazardous material use, the silicone use, the water use, all these materials that are wasted in the process. Think about the incentive programs for people that aren't able to access those who really want to go solar. So with these considerations in mind, maybe we can make a better industry and go solar.